Yeah, good morning. Sorry, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and then welcome back to Coffee Class. So, in my class today, I want to take a bit of my time to focus on my juniors who are going to write BC this year. So, we are looking at the BC preparation questions. So, there are 5 questions on the board which I'm hoping to complete within the next 10 minutes, if possible, maximum 12 minutes, because it's not a standard question. So, maximum 12 minutes for all these 5 questions. So, question 1 reads that in the diagram below, ABC, sorry, is an equilateral triangle. Find the value of x plus y. So, remember from the properties of triangles, especially the equilateral one. Equi means equal, lateral has to do with the sides. So equal sides triangle, all the sides are supposed to be equal. And so if we have one side which is AB, and then another side BC, another side AC, and then one of the sides has been given to be 11 centimeters, it means the other one should also be equal to the 11 centimeters. So we say line AB is equal to line BC, which is equal to line AC. What is line AB? This is AB. So we can equate AB to AC. We can equate AB to BC, but because we have X and Y over here, why not we just equate AB to AC? When we finish, we equate BC to AC so that we can get the answers. Okay. So all I did here was to equate 3y plus 2 is equal to, I have to equate 3y plus 2 to 11. And then after the equation, I group like terms. The 2 here does not have any variable attached to it, so I can send it to the other side where the constants are. By doing so, I get 3y is equal to 11 minus 2. 11 minus 2 gives us 9, so 3y is equal to 9. And then by doing that, I have 3y is equal to 9. I divide 2 by 3 because the 3 is multiplying the y and I want to make y the subject. So I have to divide 2 by 3. By doing so, I get y is equal to 3 over here. So to find x, if I want to find x, it's the same approach I'm going to use. So remember the question asks us to find the value of x plus y. So we know x to be equal to 4. We know y to be equal to 3. So 4 plus 3 would give us 7. That is what we have for the question 1. Second question says we should simplify root of 45. Anytime you have a square root and you get asked to simplify or evaluate it, what you need to do is to find a perfect square. When I say perfect square, number times itself, that would give us another number. or the result you get from multiplying two numbers, or a number by itself. The result you get when you multiply a number by itself becomes a perfect score. So we have 1, we have 4, we have 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, in that order. So we look out for a number time, a perfect number times a different number that would give us 45. And then I see 9. 9 is a perfect square, so 9 times 5 will give us 45. And then from sets, we are told that when you have root of 9 times 5 is the same as root 5 times root 9. I know root 9 is the same as 3 raised to the power 2. That is root of 3 to the power 2. And then this 2 here will cancel the square root, leaving 3 times root 5. And then 3 times root 5 would give us 3 root 5. So 3 times root 5 gives us 3 root 5. Third question says we should make m the subject in the relation. So mv minus m over 3 is equal to t. So over here, there are two ways, and I'm going to take you to the two ways. Either you simplify the left hand side of the equation and then make it a single fraction, or you multiply through by the denominator, which is the 3. Okay, so let's go with the first approach. I find the LCM, which is 3. 1 goes into 3 times this. 3 goes into 3, 1 times m. From here, I can cross multiply. This is also over 1. So cross multiplication gives me 3mv minus m should be equal to 3t. I'm looking for m and not 3mv minus m. M is here, m is here. I bring m out. What will be left here? 3 with a v and then negative 1 here. I'm looking for m, and what I'm not looking for is multiplying m. So I have to divide through by what I'm not looking for, which is the 3v minus 1. So when I make m the subject, I get m is equal to 3t over 3v minus 1. An alternate method you can use. An alternative method, sorry. So the alternative method I said was to multiply through by the 3, which is the denominator. So everything by 3. So when I multiply 2 by 3, I get 3mv minus m is equal to 3t, which brings me to this side. Okay, so the same thing. So either way, you get the same answer. If you use the first method, you get the same thing. Second method, you get the same thing. Third question says I should factorize completely. So I want to clean this part of the board. So question 4, factorize completely. pq plus q minus p minus 1. Either I leave it the same way and then put them into pairs, or I rearrange it and bring the p to this side. Either ways, I'll get the same answer. So leaving it like this, q is common to this, so q out. I'll be left with p plus, this will be left with 1. When I expand this, I get pq and then q here. When I come here, negative 1 is common. So negative 1 out, leaving p here, and then this becomes a plus. So with that being the case, I get q minus 1 p plus 1 as my factorized version of this. Now this question two ways you can go about it. 400 tubers of yam were sold at 8 for 25 cedis. Calculate how much Abina paid for buying the 400 tubers of yam. So two ways, either you go with the ratio and proportion method or you just go with the other alternative. So with the ratio and proportion, we say that 8 is to 25. So 8 of them yam is 25 cedis. What about the 400? We don't know, so we can put a variable, say then over here. So we know ratio is to means divided by 8 divided by 25, right? So here we can just equate it like this: 8 is to 25 is equal to 400 is to then, because we want to know this has been increased by a number of times to give us a 400. So what was used to increase this to give us 400? That is what we use to increase this one to give us a price here as well. Alright, so this would be equal to 400 over V. Cross multiply 8 V is equal to 400 times 25. Please do not be in a hurry to expand this. When you expand it, you still break it down. So don't be in a hurry to multiply to get an answer. Use the 8 here to divide. 2 goes here, 4. 2 goes here, 200. 4 goes here, 1. 4 goes into 25, so giving us 50. Now 50 times 25, that should be 25 times 5. That will be 125. Add a 0, giving you so Abina paid Ghana cedis 1,250 for all the 400 tubers of yam. This is it. The other way is to, the question said 8 for 25. So you ask yourself, how many groups of 8 can you get from 400? How many groups of 8 can you get from 400? And that will be 50 groups of 8. How did I get a 50? I just divided 400 by 8. That gives me 50. So I use this 50 to multiply the 25. And that also is the same answer. So on these notes, I'll end over here. Watch out for other sessions. Do like, share, and then subscribe to the channel. We are out.